All right, we're live now. Hey, did you want to go ahead and set the timer on your end?
Timer?
It's like the 2-minute timer. We can't curse for the first 2 minutes, man.
Oh, no, I'm straight because it's got that thing on the top left.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. All right, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. All right, what's up? We're back. It's been a week. We actually stayed consistent this week. I'm very proud of us, Mehul. I don't know about you, but consistency was a key thing for us too as well. So it feels good.
We're turning a new leaf.
Yeah, we're returning a new leaf. We're returning. Can we return a leaf? Like, how
I
does this
mean,
shit work?
I guess.
But yeah, man. We're back. It's another week. Musa was supposed to be here today, but shout out to him. He had to do production issues, and if you are a developer, you already know like the production issues suck. I can't really say what I want to say because we're not on the past of 2 minutes. But yeah, good luck, Musa. Hopefully you can deal with those production issues. And
I wanted to say content explicit warning. Last time we had some people that were surprised.
So I forgot about that. We got to do like a viewer discretion advice more than anything else. So the reason why we do it is because it's like, I don't know. We like
that's how we talk.
That's how we talk. I mean, at the end of the day, is how we talk. That's how we communicate with one another. In the corporate world, we dial it back, scale it back. But hey, this isn't the corporate world. This is our podcast. So
it's what we do. Friends talking nonsense.
I
was just about to.
about to say, we friends, man? Dang.
I guess. I mean,
I did invite you to the wedding.
I did get you a wedding gift after all.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. By the way, I got to figure out where I'm going to place it. I mean, I appreciate it, man. It's really nice, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, a little something for the squad.
A little something for the squad. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We can curse now, but it's cool. We started with the humble beginnings. The reason why we did this is because we want to talk to Musa. Musa has a great story in regards to like starting off as a premier gamer who I lost $20 on in the gaming tournament, which he kind of owes me still in terms of a victory. To Mehul's protege, man. Like, you want to give a backstory about your young protege, like how you took him underneath your wing and then just leveled him. Well, not necessarily level him up, but just like raise his awareness about what's out there.
I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail because I'm sure we're gonna have him live for a real episode, and I want him to tell his story. But long story short, because we kind of went over like my beginnings in multiple episodes now. Just one of the trips back home to Atlanta while I was in the Bay Area, I went to another gaming tournament, and like the homies were there, and I was like, "Yo, y'all need to get on this code game. I'm a dropout, so there's other paths to do this." And so at first he didn't really take it seriously, but then when I moved back to Atlanta and he kind of saw how like my life had upgraded a little bit, he was like, "Oh, well, this might be something that I can do." And then I kind of pointed him in the right direction, took him under my wing. So
that's pretty cool.
One of my kids now, right?
It's pretty funny because, like, I mean, we'll bring him on the episode. He talked about how he used to work at Kroger, and what I wanted to bring up with him today was like, my first jobs, like before the days of being a senior software engineer and all this shit happening in life, but it was more so like working. I used to be a busser. I ever told you I used to be a busser at like Outback Steakhouse?
So how we had the same jobs. I worked at a grocery store. I've been a busboy, a dishwasher. We pretty much live the same life.
I haven't worked at a grocery store. I mean, I worked as a camp counselor like twice over. One time I was like, I want to say 16 years old. Oh, 15 years old actually. I was getting paid $200 every 2 weeks, which I thought was a lot of money back then. I never forget, like I got paid in ones. So I assumed the mother of the child at the daycare center was a stripper. But hey, it's $200 to me. I bought some shoes. So yeah. I want to talk about humble beginnings more so than anything else. And like, I mean, because it's all about the journey. I mean, the purpose of our podcast was to showcase like, hey, people look like us. And we're developers too as well. Look at you. Look at this guy, man. He's like a senior software engineer at Amazon. Look at this guy. Look at him. This man wore a button down in the house.
Hey man, my parents came through, so
So you got look at this guy. It's an upscale tax-paying citizen right there. That's what I like to see. But yeah, I mean that's what it's like to showcase. So
and you're contributing to my community.
oh yeah, the West Cop.
Oh yeah, I mean, speaking of contributing to the community, the kids go wild out here for Halloween, like the houses and stuff.
Yeah.
One of my neighbors, they changed like their decorations every day. So last night they switched it up. They got skeletons dunking on each other now, and like instead of a basketball.
I need a picture of this before
Yeah,
you.
I need to. I'm about to go out
tweet a
there.
picture of this.
Yeah, I need to take
or something because I gotta see that one to believe that one.
Instead of a basketball, it's like a pumpkin, and it's like they got this like plastic skeleton dunking on this other skeleton.
Yeah, like I said, I gotta see this one. I gotta see this one. That sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie, but I gotta see this one. But yeah, man. Outside of that, I mean, I'm getting married. Before we talk about, all right. So before we talk about what I really want to talk about, like the new, like the vaccine mandates and shit like that. We're about to get political, but we're gonna keep it in the tech industry too as well. Viewer discretion advised. But yeah, in good news, you know, because like Fox 5, if you're familiar with the Atlanta area, does never reports the good news. All you see is like black dude got killed in an apartment last night. Here's the good news. Yeah, I'm getting married this weekend, man. 1017 Brit Squad, man. My boy Mayhul gonna be in the building, man. You know,
gang.
So
the helipad.
Yeah. Oh. Hey. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty fun. But yeah, outside of that, dang, I wish Musa was here. I wanted to go more about humble beginnings, but I really want to talk about like the whole vaccine mandate that's going on. So you know about Kyrie Irving. I mean, I don't have to talk to you about this, but like our average listeners may not know who Kyrie Irving is. And if you don't, you live underneath the rock. And if you hopefully you watch basketball at the very least. So I don't know. You want to like basically Kyrie Irving pretty much doesn't want to get vaccinated at the time because he wants more research. He wants more clarification on what it actually does to his body and things of sort. But the crazy thing about it is like a lot of NBA players have been pressured to do so to get vaccinated. And unlike him, he's like, hey, I don't really care like about the money or whatever. I don't really give a shit about none of this shit. Like, yo, I don't know what they put in my body. I don't feel comfortable doing it as of now. Like, and like the media is painting him as like, yo, he's selfish. He doesn't give a shit about his team. But this guy does so much for the community. So, I mean, mate, I wanted to get your thoughts on like, first off, the Kyrie Irving situation. And then like, I wanted to like ask questions in relation to like the tech industry. Because a lot of tech companies are requiring people to get vaccinated in order to come to the office or in order to get hired. That's just crazy. But yeah.
Yeah. So, with Kyrie, a lot of people are painting him as like you said, this like crazy selfish guy. I don't think he's a selfish guy. I just think he's like caught in the vortex of like conspiracy videos and stuff, you know? Like he's a flat earther, first off. Like people forget like this man literally believed that the earth was flat. So should we really be like wondering like about his intentions? Maybe he just truly believes that there's not enough research, even though I think the last statistic was something like pretty much 1 billion vaccine dosages have been given out or something like that worldwide. So we have statistics. I mean, obviously we don't know about like what the long-term stuff is going to be, but as of right now, pretty much seeming to be better than not being vaccinated. And he's giving up all this money too, right? So if he was being selfish, he wouldn't be like, no, you still have to pay me. And he wouldn't be like, he'd probably try to countersue or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so I don't think he's trying to be like malicious or like selfish. I just think he might not be the most informed. On the other side, it is his right to not get vaccinated. Like right now, everything is optional, at least until some type of government action is taken. And even that, like, is it
all right,
legal?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like the Wi-Fi went out for a quick second.
Oh,
okay. Some Xfinity Wi-Fi. I don't know why my computer was, but I'm back on my home Wi-Fi. So all I heard was like I mean, we talked about. Well, I'll let you keep going. How about that? Let's just keep going.
Yeah, I was gonna say like in terms of like the mandates and stuff. Like, I mean, well, Kyrie, like he doesn't have to get it. Like nobody has to get it. It's just you have to live with the consequences of not having the vaccine. So like maybe it affects your livelihood. Maybe I mean, there's also like the health risks of it too. Like maybe you get sick, maybe you spread it. There's that whole debate, which seems to be, at least in my opinion, like should probably get vaxxed. Probably. Forcing people to get vaxxed seems so stupid to me, though. I just think like, hey, these are the stats. You make your decision based on how you see fit. In terms of tech companies requiring vax, it seems extra weird to me too, because most of these tech companies, at least from what I've seen, everyone's still pretty much remote.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of companies I've seen, at least on the tech side, okay, cool, you don't have to come back to the office, but you're going to keep your ass at home. And I don't really see people complaining about that. More often than not, people want to work from home anyways.
Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about like the more traditional side of it, like traditional companies? So like Microsoft's the world, which are requiring vaccinations of new employees, or there's exemptions to it as well due to religious beliefs. How do you feel about that? Because I was gonna give my thoughts. So like on overall, like how all this shit is, and like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So my opinion on that is a lot of people want to say, oh, it's an abuse of HIPAA or whatever, which that's not how that law works. First off, they're like, oh, what about my privacy? Well, check it out. Like most companies drug test you before you get a job too, right? So as a private company, they can do whatever the fuck they want, legally speaking. They don't gotta hire you if they don't want to, right? Like I remember hearing something about there was some company in California that like if you smoke cigarettes, you can't work for their company. And they're testing for, I guess, nicotine levels, like the same way that they might drug test you in a non-legalized state. So I imagine it's probably under like the same legal ramifications of it. I guess in terms of like morally where I stand with it, it just depends on the job, right? Like if you're in a people facing job, like if you work in healthcare, you probably should get vaccinated. But then on the flip side, like there's all this news about all these nurses and doctors that aren't getting vaccinated and they're being let go. And there's already like a doctor shortage. So how do we balance that? I don't have a good answer for that. That being said, it's been a very, very small minority of doctors and nurses, from what I've read, that have been refusing to get vaxxed. So, like my brother's a doctor. He got vaccinated a long time ago. He said that at his hospital, there's maybe 3 doctors that just didn't want to get vaxxed. And his healthcare system, there's over 12,000 doctors. So like 3 out of 12,000, like sure, it sucks that there's 3 less doctors to like take care of sick people there. But I wonder like if they got sick, how could it spread and this and that? Like these are numbers that we just don't know. And these numbers, the statistics keep changing, right? Because like it just depends on like, oh, is it a Delta variant? Is it this variant? These vaccines were made for this. So this shit's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's crazy too as well. But there's a good point where I agree with Kyrie Irving, like where it's more so dividing us. Essentially, it feel like everything's like the clean versus the unclean, the vaccinated versus the non-vaccinated, and it feels like join a side or to be scolded against. I mean, I feel like that's what we are in America nowadays. I mean, which is
everything, right? Like
it's the new discrimination. I mean, it's a new discrimination just to sum things up. It's just like, and people are getting bullied. Like, I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm vaccinated. I mean, I chose to get vaccinated, but I did my research, and I was like, hey, okay, cool. That's what I was like. Hey, I'm gonna get that Pfizer, and of course, we Pfizer gang. So I did my research. I decided to get a vaccine. I decided to be around because my family members, my grandma's 97. She's been vaccinated, but she's 97 years old. So I chose to do it. But other people are getting bullied into the situation. Like case in point, Andrew Wiggins. Yeah. Andrew Wiggins literally got bullied. Like he said he didn't want to get vaccinated. Then he said, oh, I got to feed my family in the NBA. So I got no choice but to get vaccinated. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like people are getting bullied into getting vaccinated. And it's like anything you push on people generally don't want.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like the flu shot. Like, I didn't want to get the flu shot at all because I kept seeing like Publix will give you a $20 gift card. And I'm like, oh, hell no. What are you trying to push on me for $20? Oh, I don't need that. And then I called it twice in a matter of 4 weeks. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting the vaccine for now.
I'm going to get this shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think personally, I think that people should get vaccinated. I don't like the way that people are bullying people about it. I think that's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, you
Like,
have
everything
President
is us
Biden.
versus them, right? Like
Yeah.
even with the presidential like elections and stuff, it's like I remember reading a statistic like when we were kids, like probably like actual kids, not even teenagers, like more people were like kind of in the middle in terms of like they might not always vote Republican or they might not always vote Democrat, but like now it's like no, like you pick your side and you just go ham. Like it's
Dude,
like
back in the 80s, people got pissed off because it was a seatbelt mandate. People were
yeah, I saw videos of that.
like it's crazy. It's crazy how the times have changed, but I just feel like this is causing more discrimination than anything else. And at a time like this, we need to be together. So,
Yeah.
and that's why I agree with what Kyrie was saying in regards to that. I mean, but that was his opinion. I mean, you can't always agree or disagree with the opinion, but I agree with that one. So,
yeah.
That was pretty bold of him coming out saying that, and then of course he pretty much knowing the media is going to tear him down. But
one thing that I think is straight clown shoes is how they're comparing Kyrie to Ali. Did you see that?
All right, so I can see why that wouldn't make sense because I feel like Kyrie's done a lot more.
Yeah,
and like this
isn't the one thing to be like, oh yeah, this is why he's like Ali. Like no,
I mean, this guy donated $1.5 million of his salary to WNBA so they can get paid more money.
Yeah,
like this guy like
putting kids through college.
Yeah, this guy done so much, but of course, like media, bad light. They get paid. They have scripts. I got to go to the scripts, and that's just generally how it goes. And the shit sucks, but hey, just
with media, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy because it's like some of these companies are actually doing like mandatory like case in point, Delta. I mean, Delta hires software engineers, but they require everybody to get vaccinated. But it's kind of like, if I've been working at a company for 10 years and I don't want to get vaccinated, are you really going to let me go? And it's been happening. It's been happening. So it's kind of crazy. It's like it's forcing people to do something they don't want to do. It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying don't get vaccinated. I'm not saying get vaccinated. I'm saying just do your research, man. Oh, yeah.
At this point, I feel like at this point, like the people that wanted to get vaccinated, they got vaccinated. The people that don't, they're probably just not going to, unless some shit pops off where they're like, oh no, I need this job, then they're gonna go get it done. But like, I don't like we've been in this pandemic for what, more than 2 years almost at this point.
I don't know.
Not more than 2 years. Yeah.
Kind of stopped in March 2020.
Yeah, like at this point, like if people wanted to get vaccinated, they would have gotten vaccinated.
True. Very true. Very true, man. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've just been thinking about that like past 2 days, and I was like, a lot of tech companies are doing this too. But I mean, there are a lot of tech companies that are like trying to get back to normal. Case in point, I mean, my new job at Caralytics. I went to the office today. Well, officially for the first time today, and it was like 100 people in the office, but the office was so spaced out where it seemed like 20. It felt like 20 people were in the office, but it was pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's a dangerous place because I work in Ponce City Market, and they got a lot of bad food there in terms of good food. The BurgerFi joint downstairs, Bart Vegan up there. Shout out to Slutty Vegan. And hey man, it's just too much bad shit for me. But I mean, I like it. It's a cool ass office. I write in View for those, little nerd shit right there. And yeah, man, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But I mean, because we talked about the whole like the vaccine and stuff like that too as well. And they're all for like, you get it if you want to get it, just as long as you protect yourself and the risks out there. Because you got countries like New Zealand who pretty much got rid of all the mandates and everything. Oh shit, Texas did it too, by the way.
Yeah.
Where they banned any like vaccine mandate or mask mandate. I mean, shit, it's Texas, goddamn it. It's the only place where they don't have
our state.
Exactly. They don't have the grid on the government grid. It was on Texas, damn it. But yeah, that is crazy.
So I guess for a change of pace, do you see that link I sent you?
You sent me a link?
Yeah, earlier today. On your probably your laptop messages.
Oh, hold on. Let me check and see. I gotta get my office finished setting up. Oh yeah, the robots.
Yeah, they're putting guns on them now.
Whoa! Oh man, hey, I don't know how to share my screen. Hold on. Let me try something new. I might get a little fancy with this one. Not that.
Zoom out. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to do. I don't know if I can do. Okay, I'll show it later. But I don't know how to do it where I can actually like showcase the my screen, you and me. So I don't know. We'll figure out later. But yeah, all right. Explain the robots, the guns on the robot dogs, because I remember you talking about this very early, like I don't know, 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, I mean the robot dogs and all that stuff. It's cool on paper, but now they got guns on them. That just doesn't seem cool. Like if you care about freedom.
Where? All right. First off, where are the robot dogs at? Like
I mean,
talking Cali.
So they got them all over the place. Boston even, like Boston Dynamics is that one company that does all those robots or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching a video of them taking their dogs on a walk, and I was like, bro, this shit is dystopian. Like,
hey, and to keep the screws loose, or the oil.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Keep the motor running, right?
Yeah.
But pretty much the idea is like that this company, they're called Sword or something like that, and they're saying that like
I'm getting a lot of bad villain vibes from this company already.
Right? So they essentially they put guns on the robot dogs. And like they're gonna use them for war and stuff, but it's also like cool. But like where do you draw the line? Because like I know people are like, oh yeah, well drones already have like guns and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. Like cops have robot dogs. What if they start using robot dogs on?
What if you kick the dog? Is it like the same thing as like hitting an officer? Kind of like when if you
like what are the legal ramifications, right? Like, are you defacing government property?
Exactly.
Like what's going on? And then like, sure, they're not AI. Like as far as I've read so far, they're not AI dogs yet. Keyword being yet, and they're like remote controlled by something. But like, we've all seen the issues with police violence, right? What is to say, obviously, I'm not saying all cops do police violence and brutality, but a cop that would do that, what if he could just sit in his office and like with a PlayStation controller have a robot dog with a dog?
Oh.
Yeah, like so now he or she is not in physical harm's way, and now they've got like this video game like weapon just out there.
Okay, so I got a lot of questions. How do the dogs work? Like, are we talking like
they're remote control?
Okay. I was gonna say, are these AI dogs? Because
not yet, but you know that's where they're going, right? Like they're gonna make
Will Smith warned us about iRobot. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie. The movie's way ahead of its time.
Every like Terminator, The Matrix, like every sci-fi movie, like pretty much is like, yo, robots are gonna mess this up
because we're gonna make them too damn smart.
Yeah, and eventually, like AI, maybe in our lifetime, maybe not, but I feel like that's where it's heading.
Yeah, true. Man, damn. All right, so okay, because it's gonna get to the point in the black market where I can buy this dog.
Oh, I'm sure.
How much you think this dog's gonna cost? I don't want the guns on the dog. I just want him to scare somebody. Hell, I might put like robot bullets in him.
I bet it's cheap. I say cheap, but like when you have like a weapon of war, like it's got to be cheaper than like a real tank or something, you know.
I mean, a flamethrower is $500.
Yeah, like, think about that, right? Like weapons are cheap already, so it's probably going to cost as much as like if I had to guess, I don't know, maybe like $50,000 or.
Damn! I mean, I was thinking like 10, thinking like 2 fancy French bulldogs or some shit like that. So.
Yeah, so it costs like it's 5 to 1, right? Like, oh, if a dog costs this much, a robot dog probably costs 5 times as much.
True. Damn. Man.
Like how like that's expensive, but like also like I feel like just like, okay, so you mean rich people can just buy one? Like they can buy anything and just like have them patrolling?
I mean, you can buy one too.
Shout out to tech.
Yeah, shout out to the tech industry, man. We came a long way, pizza boy.
The toxic bag as one of my homeboys called it in the tech industry. Yeah, it's like
what do you call it?
Because he doesn't like tech, like he hates like the tech bro environment of it all. But he's like, the bag is too good, so it's a toxic bag. And I'm like, hey man.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Oh, dude, by the way, so when I tell you earlier today is my first day in the office, I was impressed. Not because of the office venue. Granted, it's in Palm City Market. It's on the 6th floor. It's a beautiful view.
Oh, looks like your Wi-Fi went out again, bro. Well, folks, looks like we got some technical difficulties. Rick's internet is out, I guess. Man, let's see if he texts me. And I also got a hard stop coming up. All right. The internet went out. Yo, dog, your internet's out. Oh, your power went out. Oh, damn, dude. You probably got to tether your phone to like shut down the stream because the stream's still going. I'm talking to you live on the stream right now. But hey, I'm about to hop off. Actually, I got my hard stop coming up, so I'm about to just like say bye to everyone. If you just want to like hop on the stream, and then just like yeah. All right, cool. Peace.